Hello, everybody, and welcome to the big show. My name is Mickey. This is Mickey in the Middle, the quintessential show for Middle Americans where all Middle Americans are welcome. It doesn't matter what your demographic is, it doesn't matter what gender you are, what race you are, what religion you are. Everybody's welcome here. And you want to know why? Because I believe that you got to have some place on the internet to go where everybody is not only welcome, but where everybody's views can also be taken into consideration so we can come up with the right answers. Now, I just want to say that this is uh, it's an amazing time in which we're living in because we are getting to see our government struggle, and our government is supposed to struggle. They're supposed to handle the biggest problems that we have in a country. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. So, everybody knows that the Supreme Court of the United States of America had a document leaked, basically, which was a decision about a case from Mississippi on Roe v. Wade. We're going to be talking about a little bit of that. We're also going to be talking about what they're saying on the internet, and we're going to talk a little bit about Dave Chappelle. So, it's going to be great. Before we get to all that, let's go do some Mickey in the Middle Comment Olympics. And congratulations, silver medal. Susie has moved up into the gold medal position. Congratulations, Susie. You are number one tonight. So hi, Susie. How you doing? Carolyn Greg's Ledger coming in a nice, smooth second place with a silver medal. And whoever gets in third on the comments is going to be the bronze medal winner. So I just want to say thanks a lot for always making a comment and always being here and watching this tonight. Greatly appreciate it. I have no side tone, so I can't tell whether I'm coming across live. I got the little green light on my microphone, so I'm just going to guess that we're coming across live right now. So, first thing first, what's the most important issue of the day? That is Dave Chappelle got attacked on stage. I guess he was at a fundraiser, and Dave Chappelle got attacked. I don't have the video. I forgot to bring it up. I guess I can. Let me see if I can do that really, really quick. Hey, Sherry Clark, there's our bronze medal winner, Sherry. Hey, Sherry, how you doing? Hey, while I'm doing this, I want to tell everybody about A State Tire, A Star Tire, Cabot, Arkansas. Sherry takes care of all of my tire needs. She's right here in Cabot, Arkansas, and she's incredible. She's on 2nd Street. If you go down Main Street and you turn down 2nd Street, or if you go to the first Cabot exit and you turn to the left, you go down there. She's down there somewhere. So A Star Tire, make sure you go and see her. So let me do this really, really quick. Let's bring this up. Let's go to YouTube. Oh, no, wrong YouTube. Let's do this. Let's go. Where's YouTube? We're going to type in Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle getting attacked. This is a real thing. Let's see which one is going to be the shortest version of this. Here you go. Let's see what this gets us. Oh, and of course, this is going to be a doggone. Dave Chappelle got attacked. Let's see. So anyway, yeah, Dave Chappelle got attacked. So, all right, back to me. Sorry about that. I was ill prepared for that. But here's the thing is, Dave Chappelle is a comedian. Dave Chappelle is edgy. He has been a comedian for a really long time in the United States of America. Now, why is this important? Why is this important? Because I was watching everything. I don't know. I didn't do a lot today. What I did today is I basically did a whole bunch of nothing. I stayed up all night last night. I went to bed about 7 o'clock in the morning because I was working on a project that I got to get out, that I got to get done. I'm opening up a new business. I'll give you more information on that a little bit later. But if you ride a motorcycle, you're going to be very interested in this. The second thing is that when I saw that Dave Chappelle had been attacked, I immediately wanted to go find out more about it. So when I went in and I started looking at it, I came to find out that Dave Chappelle was performing. Somebody jumped up on stage. Somebody tried to tackle Dave. They kind of did it. It was horrible. The dude was obviously crazy. Apparently, he was carrying something that looked like a gun that had a knife in it. And then apparently that dude was stopped by Dave Chappelle's bodyguard and security at the venue. And I guess he resisted arrest and they took him out. Why is this important? It's important because as soon as this happened, the video started going viral and everybody had to talk about it. And I'm not going to talk about Dave Chappelle getting attacked other than the fact that he is okay. But the simple fact of the matter is everybody said that because of Dave Chappelle's last Netflix comedy special, that he was being attacked because of his stance on people who are trans. Now, trans stands for transvestite, for those of you who are just catching up and are not familiar with the lingo. That comes from LGBTQIA. L is L, lesbian. LG is gay. LGB is bisexual. LGBT is trans. LGBTQ is queer. LGBTQI is intersex. LGBTQIA is asexual. They call it the alphabet, people. And I watched the Netflix special because I'm a big fan of Dave. And here's what the thing is. If you listen to what he said during the thing, the first thing I have to tell you is it's comedy. Comedy is a commentary on what is going on in the United States of America or in society as a whole. And comedy is an opportunity for us to laugh at each other. Here's what the thing is. I have no idea if somebody attacked Dave Chappelle because of his stance on transsexuals. The crazy thing about that is everybody was saying that because Dave Chappelle had this comedy special and it was controversial, that they could understand why somebody would be upset enough to attack him. And then, no, there's no reason to get physically violent because somebody says something in the United States of America. Here's what the thing is. We have guaranteed free speech rights in the United States of America. We are unlike anywhere else in anywhere else in the world. We have this little thing I carry around called the Constitution of the United States of America. And in there, in the First Amendment to the Constitution, it says that you have the freedom of speech. Here's what the thing is about freedom of speech. If you believe in freedom of speech, you have got to not only believe in freedom of speech for yourself, but you also have to be able to believe in freedom of speech for everybody else. That's why when our government sets up something called the Disinformation Governance Board, that is wrong because that means two things. Number one, that means that they're monitoring. Now, Secretary Mayorkas, who's the Secretary of Homeland Security, said, they're not going to go after people for free speech. They're only looking for things that'll contribute to violence. Well, here's what the thing is. If you decide that something is insightful, then that means that comes from an individual that is promoting incitement. This is going to relate to the decision on the Supreme Court later about the commentary that I heard today from multiple sources. So Dave Chappelle said something. The commentators may or may not be right that it had to do with transsexuals. Because he was attacked, he should not have been attacked for his views because they were saying hey, this is worth fighting for. What? Here's what the deal is. If you don't like a religion, or you don't like an idea, or you don't like a concept, then you have to be able to express that. If you don't like an individual, you have to be able to express that. I don't have to like everybody. I don't have to like anything. I can be a grumpy old man. I'm not a grumpy old man, but I could be a grumpy old man. And the simple fact of the matter is, I could be a curmudgeon and I could not like anything. Get off my lawn, you damn kids. So here is why this is important in relative to the conversation that happened today because of the fallout of the Supreme Court of the United States' decision, SCOTUS, if you will. Here's the reason why that's important. They are saying that many news outlets have said that because the Supreme Court had a document leaked and that 5 justices on the Supreme Court appeared to have sided with the majority opinion that abortion and the debate on abortion needs to be returned to the 50 states, and each state has to deal with it individually. They say that that is incitement and that they are causing a kerfluffle to the point where this will divide the country enough to possibly start a civil war. That's what was said today. They said this might be the turning point, and it may result because the left and the right are getting so divided that this might result in a civil war. Now, I'm going to go back to the Office of Misinformation. Let's see, the Misinformation, Disinformation Governance Board. If they decided that speech could incite violence, this would be the thing, and this is the Supreme Court of the United States of America. These are judges that were nominated and confirmed by the Senate, nominated by the president, confirmed by the Senate in order to sit on the highest court in the land, which decides only a couple of things. Number one, is something constitutional? That is their body. It comes right out of the Constitution of the United States of America. Declaration of Independence, Constitution of the United States of America. That's what it says, that the body, that's what the reason is on the Supreme Court. And they're saying that the Supreme Court of the United States in 1973 codified into law the fact that Roe v. Wade basically established that abortion is a human right. And let me show you the article that I have on this. That is it. Nope, that's not it. Hold on just a second. Hold on just a second. Oh, come on, man. Hold on, let me find it really, really quick. I got to find this. Man, it was set up just a minute ago. I think I got rid of it. But anyway, let me show you this, because this is relatively important. These right here are Democratic people from Congress, and it says, with much of the Democratic Party raging over the seemingly imminent end to the almost 50-year-old constitutional right to an abortion, Senator Chuck Schumer of New York vowed on Tuesday to bring legislation to a vote that would codify a woman's right to end her pregnancy. Now, there are 2 basic things that are wrong with that entire statement, and this is the problem with the narrative of everybody that's in media. First of all, the Supreme Court decision in 1973 said that it is a constitutional right for somebody to have an abortion in our country. The problem is is that's not written down in the Constitution of the United States under the enumerated or the rights afforded to us. Now, here is what the Constitution also says. And I need to read this to you because the simple fact of the matter is that when we start talking about constitutional rights, it says in here that although the Constitution of the United States and the Bill of Rights, which is the first 10 amendments to the Constitution, says that we have certain unalienable rights, it says that those are in there. It also says that this does not include all rights that are endowed upon us just because they didn't think of it. So it says, Amendment number 9, 1X right there, right? It says, the enumeration in the Constitution of certain rights shall not be construed to deny or disparage others retained by the people. What does that mean? That means that you might have other rights that are not speech, press, religion, search and seizure, assemblage, being able to assemble, that you might have other rights that are not listed in there. And a lot of the country is relying on the fact that the 9th Amendment of the Constitution says that this document has not thought of everything and that you might have other rights. So the question then becomes, where do the rights come from? Well, I'm going to tell you where the rights come from. The rights are supposed to come from Congress. These people right here. Last night I said it. I've said it before. I will say it again. Congress has been sitting on their thumbs and they haven't done their damn job. This would be very, very easy, enumerated by Congress by just adding an amendment to the Constitution that says people have the right to an abortion. They're allowed to write that in there because that's what the court system did. The court system in 1973 said, hey, it is a human being in the United States of America's right to have an abortion. Now, every 50% of the people in the United States of America say that it's a woman's right to an abortion. 50% of the Americans in the United States of America say that it's not a right because it involves somebody else. It doesn't matter what the reason is. The problem with it is that the court decided that. The court's not supposed to decide things. The court's not supposed to decide whether health care is a right. The court is not supposed to decide whether gay marriage is a right. The court's not supposed to decide anything, but what they do is they decide if Congress has written the law, is it constitutional or not? And Amendment number 9 says that just because it's not listed in the Constitution of the United States of America doesn't mean that it's not a right. So that means they can make anything a right. So let me take this for example. Inside of healthcare, I hate to tell everybody this, but Congress actually took a vote, and those are our representatives from all 50 states, and they said that this is a law, that healthcare is a law. Remember Obamacare? Well, the simple fact of the matter is that they made it a law. And because it's a law, it doesn't mean that it's a right, but the court has to decide whether it's constitutional or not, and whether it fits into the framework of what the people that were the founders of the country established are the framework for establishing whether something's constitutional or not. But they can also do an amendment. They can they can add an amendment to the Constitution of the United States right now. All they have to do is they just have to get together. They have to write the amendment. They have to send it to the 50 states. If two-thirds of the states agree, or is it 75%? I don't know. It's whatever. It's written down in the Constitution. Whatever it is, then that becomes codified law in the Constitution of the United States of America, and then we all have to live with it until either Congress changes the law or all of the states vote to get rid of that, because that's what happened with alcohol. So they said that alcohol was banned, and then we went, oh, that's a bad idea. Everybody loves the alcohol. Everybody loves a little bit of gin juice. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and take this, and we're going to go ahead and get rid of that amendment. And that, I think that's 2021 or 18 and 21. Alcohol, collecting taxes. There's 21. The 18th article amendment to the Constitution of the United States is repealed. So 18 was alcohol, 21 was getting rid of alcohol. So nothing is codified as law in our system of government, because the framers of the Constitution have determined that the world changes, and you have to have the ability to change the world and change the laws, and that's what Congress is supposed to do. So I felt that it was my duty to come on and tell everybody on both sides of this issue, because I'm Mickey in the middle, that just because something is done doesn't mean that it can't be undone. And just because something's undone doesn't mean that it can't be done in a different way. And when they started talking about a civil war today, that really made me mad, because the simple fact of the matter is that we're all on Team USA. It doesn't matter what state you're from. It doesn't matter when you became a citizen of the United States. It doesn't matter whether you were born here, whether you immigrated here, whether you became a citizen of the United States of America. All 50 states and all of the people inside of the United States of America have to live with the same rules. And those rules are established by Congress and by the 50 individual states. Everything that is not specifically granted to the federal government is supposed to be adjudicated at the state level. That's why all states have governments. That's why they have a governor. That's why they have a legislative body. That's why they have a judicial branch. And just to let you know, that is actually codified in the Constitution. It says how everybody's going to have their state. You can't have a dictator in any of the states. And this is why this is important. And this is why we all have to understand that how our system is set up and how legislation and our laws are changed periodically to fit the times and fit the agenda. The simple fact of the matter is that, man, by the way, I reviewed the tape the other night. I say that way too much. I apologize. So I'll change it to here's the deal. Here's the deal. Simple fact of the matter is, here's the deal. Congress has the ability to do this if they can ever get on the same page. And it's absolutely a shame that people are saying that this is going to cause a civil war. Now, I got news for you. It's not going to cause a civil war. We don't have... I never expected the Supreme Court of the United States to address Roe v. Wade and kick it back down to the states. But if you read the opinion of the leaked document, they basically said at the Supreme Court, and Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who was a liberal, progressive judge nominated and put on the Supreme Court as a progressive, liberal Supreme Court justice, said that Roe v. Wade didn't have a constitutional leg to stand on. Therefore, it should have never gone to the Supreme Court. And if it did go to the Supreme Court should have rejected it out of hand because it did not meet the bar for being constitutional. And now, because there's 5 judges that signed on to this majority opinion that was leaked, it wasn't released, it was leaked. And it was leaked to bring pressure on somebody. I don't know who that is because I didn't feel any pressure. But the simple concept behind that is somebody leaked the document to get some type of a reaction. They didn't go, oh man, you ought to see what my bosses are doing. I don't think a justice did it. It's got to be somebody that's one of the clerks. There's only like 36 clerks in the entire court. So the deal is that it had to be leaked for political gain. Now people are saying it might cause a civil war. And I'm here to tell you, no, it won't. It won't. There's not a way that a civil war can take place in the United States of America. Nobody has the ability to pull that shit off. Do you want to know why? Because Americans don't have the intestinal fortitude for a war on our own land. And who are you going to shoot? Who are you going to shoot? You can't go outside and shoot your neighbors, right? That's what it would take. That's what a civil war does. A civil war basically says, hey, look here, we can't work shit out, so we're going to start shooting. Well, there are so many police departments, so many sheriff's departments. We have an entire military at the federal level. We have an entire guard military system in all 50 states and DC and Puerto Rico and I discussed this in depth in one of my previous shows last year about why a civil war is not possible in the United States of America, because the governors have control of 50 different little armies that are all in this United States of America. So all 50 states. So do you really think that California is going to go to war with Arkansas because Arkansas has a more restrictive abortion policy than California? No. It doesn't, you're going to tell me that Alaska is going to take on Texas, or that Maine or Massachusetts no, it's not going to happen. Because the other reason is because if there is indeed a 50-50 split on the way that people view abortion, and I don't think that number is even close. I believe that most of the country, according to statistics that I've seen, and let me bring this up really, really quick. This is the latest. This is the latest poll. Oh, how did I do that? Oh, holy smokes. This is the latest. This is a poll by Yahoo that says approach to pursuing a ban abortion after 15 weeks of pregnancy, including the cases of rape or incest. Look right in here that the law goes too far. Only 4 and 5 and 3% of the people voted on this issue in order for them to get the 100% number right there. So when they say that there was a YouGov poll that was posted by Yahoo and it comes down, you look at the numbers, nobody's committing to either side. So when they talk about poll numbers, I don't know what the real poll numbers are. But the chance of us having a civil war are zero. I'm going to tell you that right now. Because here's what the deal is. If somebody shows up at a state capitol, if somebody shows up at the Supreme Court of the United States, if somebody shows up at Congress or the White House or anywhere else in the country, and they start getting violence, we have the policing in our country to quell that immediately. And our law enforcement officers and our military is loyal enough to the country that they're not going to try to overthrow anybody. They're not going to try to overthrow the government and do this. And inside of the political walls on Capitol Hill, they're not stupid enough to go and get in the fight over there, causing some type of a rift through the country that will result in a civil war. So all of the pundits that are out there saying that we're going to get in a civil war, that's 100% bullshit. It's not going to happen. Now, are people going to be upset about the Supreme Court of the United States? Yes. As a matter of fact, I was watching something earlier today that said They need to release this document as soon as possible, because some of the justices that are on the Supreme Court that are for this may be in peril. Now, there might be a crazy person that is out there that might want to do harm to one of the justices on the Supreme Court. But that would be a very, very crazy person, and nobody in the country is going to support that. That's like people attacking Dave Chappelle. The fact that somebody attacked Dave Chappelle, everybody, whether you're in the trans community, out of the trans community, whether you're LGBTQIA or whether you're cis or whether you are any other gender, it doesn't matter what religion you are, it doesn't matter what gender you are, what race you are, everybody finds that that is a crazy person that attacked Dave Chappelle. That's one crazy person that attacked Dave Chappelle. If somebody attacks the Supreme Court justice, that means that that is a one crazy person. So even if the people are protesting, and even if a small scuffle breaks out at the Supreme Court or at Congress or anywhere else in the United States of America, the simple concept of my idea of why we're not going to get in a civil war is because those are crazy people. And we are civilized. And we try to work things out. And if we're going to go to war, we're going to go to war with somebody that's not us. Because the United States military, the United States policing agencies are not going to go at war with each other over any single issue in the United States of America. And without the support of the most powerful military, and without the support of local law enforcement, and with the idea that our military might is divested in 50 different states and the federal government, that means that we have 51, 52, 50, we have 55 little armies in the United States of America. So don't worry about civil war. And that's why Dave Chappelle being attacked and the decision from the Supreme Court of the United States that was leaked prematurely to the public are related and will not result in us being in a civil war. Oh my God, that was a really, really long way to get to we're not going to have a civil war in the United States of America. So, and by the way, what do you guys think of my hairdo? Let me tell you about my hairdo. Once again, I have found a barber that does an absolutely terrible job for way too much money. And we were talking about bad haircuts. And she said, well, do I do a good enough job? And I was like, ma'am, I've had a bad haircut my entire life. So, but in order to get this due, it was $20. It was $20 to get this due. It's absolutely crazy. So, thanks very much. Appreciate it, Sherry. So anyway, that's going to be it for tonight's show. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Thank you very much for your comments. Remember to like, share, hit the notification bell. Remember, Mickey in the Middle, 9 p.m. Central, right here wherever I am. Oh, Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. Central, Monday through Friday, right here wherever I am, right there wherever you are. Thanks a lot for tuning in, everybody. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate it. You guys have a fantastic weekend. Wait a minute. What day is today? No, we're not at the weekend, so I guess I'll see you tomorrow. And without further ado, I'm out of here. Good night, small one. I love you. See ya.